David will be presenting an open source Amazon Echo project that he wrote to display City of Toronto open data, for example, parks, schools, and well-known locations. Results for the queries made to the Amazon Echo are displayed on a kiosk-like webpage, and he's also going to talk about the data normalization process he used, built on schema.org, to make all of the various data sets have a common data format. So, James. David.
Yeah. Thank you to Gabe for inviting me today. This is me. I wear many different hats. Well, my obsession has always been with data and ontology, semantics. I saw a semantics guy back there. Yeah, hey. And data normalization. The way I make money for the last 7 years is I started a company that does apps in the tourism space. And kind of the secret sauce of the apps was taking data from all the different sources and then normalizing the data. And so that became that was one of the impetuses for this project. Another impetus was I've been doing a lot of space in the IoT space. And that was purely semantics using kind of a common terminology for describing how things work. And then this, next page. Yes, this Hacknight.io contest came out and said just do something useful with Alexa and Amazon Echo. And of course, I just started this insane project, and I didn't win because I kind of didn't finish it in time. But do something with Alexa and with open data. And I had, a long time ago when Toronto Open Data kicked off, there was something in City Hall, I was there. And so I was kind of interested in it, and I saw the kind of different formats they were using and stuff, so I decided to do something with that. Everything that I'm going to speak about here is open source. It's Node.js. You can go look at it. All the data, how I put the data in, how I get the data out, everything there should be reasonably intelligible. I'm always available on Twitter, on email. So if you want to play with this and use it, then never hesitate to get in contact with me. The project I did was basically I took a bunch of data sets from City of Toronto Open Data. I normalized the data, which we'll get into in a while. And then I wrote a program that basically this guy here talks to. And what it'll do is it'll control a kiosk, which will be, i.e. a web page. Because all kiosks are just basically web pages. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just demo that first, so we see what I'm talking about, and then we'll talk about the things that happen in there. And the other thing is, if you have questions or whatever, just get in there and ask them, right? It's not a problem. Just interrupt me. I sent you a URL just a few seconds ago, so it's like maybe just like holding this up like this probably won't do it for you, right? And it'll go to a web page. And let's hope, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:59 p.m.
So this is, I bought this, they still can't get them in Canada. I got this in the States. And it thinks I live in East Aurora, New York, because they can't give in Canadian cities. So if I say, hey Alexa, what's the weather?
In East Aurora, it's 2 degrees with cloudy skies. Tonight, you can look for snowy, rainy
Alexa,
weather.
stop. Okay. This is really useful. The great thing, my wife and daughter just love this thing. Use it for spelling. They use it for how many quarts and how many cups in a quart, and timers, right? So Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
So let that go. Anyway, so we have this screen here. So this is the kiosk. And so I'm going to look at my screen so I know what the queries are. And we'll get into some of the pitfalls of this. This is not really so smart as it kind of looks. Alexa, show skating rinks. Oh, sorry. Alexa, stop. Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me skating rinks. Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, where are skating rinks?
Found 10 places for skating rinks.
Now near me is, like, that's up by my home, right? So I don't live down here. actually took the bus today. There's a 142 bus, but I wanted to avoid that. St. Clair and burning down. Alexa, show skating rinks. Oh, sorry. Alexa, stop. You got to remember to say the trigger word. So the way the Alexa apps work is you say the word, so you want to wake up. Then you say what thing you want to talk to, and then you get the command to it. So Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me skating rinks near the CN Tower.
Found 10 places for
There we go.
skating
Okay.
rinks near CN Tower at 301 Front Street West.
And so skating rinks comes from a data set, which I think is places of, oh, no, it's from the parks data set. Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me skating rinks near Yonge and Eglinton.
Found 10 places for skating rinks near Yonge and Eglinton.
Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me beaches.
Found 10 places for beaches.
Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me beaches. No, Alexa, stop.
Found 10 places for beaches.
Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, show me beaches.
Ask Hey Toronto a question like, where is the Eaton Centre?
Show me libraries near Woodbine Beach.
Found 10 places for libraries near Woodbine Beach at 1675 Lakeshore Boulevard East.
So you see the interactions are a little bit awkward, and so I had actually planned to, and I still plan to, by the way, but I might not be using Amazon's technology, commercializing something like this in the tourism space, where there's a huge problem getting staff for kiosks, or for their visitor centers, because of government cutbacks and stuff like that, so just have something that at least people can stroll in and say, do these interactions, but as you see, if they're really awkward like this, it's just not quite there, but you can see that, this is kind of getting there, right? So that's kind of the basic demo of the things. There's way, way more terminology in there because I use a lot more data sets, but we'll get in there, but some of them, we'll get into it. Okay, so back to the slides, please. And the next page. And the next page. Yeah, that's good. I'll put this up on, I'll send it to Gabe, I'll put it up on the mailing list, and I'll put this up on SlideShare, so you'll be all able to get it. Okay, next page. Okay, so the data sets I'm using. Now, what I really wanted to do, and I didn't do it, and this is really what I need, was what is it recycling or is it blue bin or green day, blue bin or gray bin day, right? And also there's live data, right? There's the bus stuff, and there's live bicycle data of some sort, I think, with the availability of the bikes. But these are all kind of, let's call it dead data. I compile the data into the normalized format, and then we work on that. Of interest, I guess, is the intersections one, which is kind of a really big data set. I use that so we can do the, where is what near the Yonge and Eglinton like prairies. Next page, please. The data formats we work with, I have worked with. And the whole, and no offense to the Toronto people, but and it's good that they put the data out there, but there's just like a zillion different formats and all varying various quality. There's shapefile stuff, there's XML stuff, there's KML stuff. KML, if you're not familiar with it, is Google's format for doing stuff on Google Maps. There's good old JSON, which we all love. And there's CSV, I believe. I'm not sure if I do any CSV importing, but of course, no one loves CSV. Next page. What we do is so schema.org is and if you're not familiar with it, I think it's worth visiting for anyone who's in the data. It's just a huge set of classes and types of, like, here's the standard way that we describe a street address. But it's much wider than that. There's like thousands of terms they use. So it's a huge vocabulary. So what we do is we take everything, we describe it in schema.org types of vocabulary, and then we write it as YAML, and then when the program runs, it reads the YAML. So I'm not doing anything cool with MySQL or anything like that. It's small enough that I can just hold it all in memory. Okay, next page. So this is what it looks like. So anything with an underscore is, this is a classic thing. I've done this a million times. I make presentations where you can't read the red parts. But I think it's kind of obvious what's there. Anything with underscore is kind of my own terminology. So, as an ID, I give everything a unique ID. The source is the places the interest data set. The theme is basically like, so there's parks, there's arts, performing arts. And so when you ask, show me skating rinks, it'll be kind of from this part of the data. And these are just, and everything else after this, now these are schema.org terminology. So address, country, locality, region. So locality is city / town. These are kind of all based on something called VCard, like that was around in the in the 90s. Region really means province / state. These terms get fuzzy. If you have to deal with worldwide data, these concepts become fuzzier and fuzzier around the world. Latitude, longitude are obvious. And then the name. And the name's a funny one, right? Because, it's the CN Tower, and like, no one's going to actually accidentally search for a voice search for it. Can I find the Eglinton and Winter Garden? Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, where is the Eglinton and Winter Garden Theatre Centre?
I found an Aurora Theater nearby. It's 1.1 miles away on Main Street in East
Alexa,
Aurora.
stop. Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, where is Elgin and Winter Garden Theatre Centre? No, confused. Okay. So what you really want to say is where's the Winter Garden Theatre, right? So you want to have multiple names of your data and the street address. Okay, so that's everything I took on all the various data sets get compiled to this. This source code's there if you want to use it. It's totally, I don't think it's encumbered by any license. If it is, it's Apache 2, but I don't care. Use whatever you want. I'm happy for you to use it. But I deal with all these different things. So we deal with the shape files. We decompile it. You can get one format. We need this, and the code is written in such a way that you can very easily extend this to other data sets. So adding a new data set for me takes less than an hour for this. Now, obviously, if you really want to do something clever, you want to do live data, that'd be a different thing. But for we just compile it, it's not a problem. Next slide. Just briefly, just for you nerdy, really computer guys, want to know about Alexa skills. Yes, you got to be careful, right? And it's on TV and it orders everyone something. So how to do voice control. So yes, next page. So what we do is we make a list of watts out of all that data we have. So everything gets them pluralized. So we just have this huge list of words that you actually have to plug into a UI on AWS somewhere. So amphitheaters, architecture, art galleries, make all these things. Some of these ones are not really in the data themselves. Like if I saw like skating rinks, then I have a set of rules that will change that to rinks and skating rinks, for example, and skating, because that's the different ways you may search for. So there's a list of that, and then there's the watts. The wheres are the list of places. So the CN Tower and stuff like that. The name of any place is a place, and then of course all these intersections, which cause havoc, by the way, with Alexa's recognition. So that's the where. Okay, next. And then what you do is you make a list of utterances. And so literally you program Amazon, you put it in this list. It's much longer than this, but once again, it's all in source code. Where is the where? So where is CN Tower? Where is the CN Tower? And it will try to kind of come up with a way to match these things up. Where are skating rinks near where? And so on and so forth. That's how, and it just kind of, what it does is it looks at those two previous pages. There's a where list, a what list, and it just basically tries to match up what you said and put it in there and kind of give you a sensible answer. Next. And what it does is it calls your code then with just that's been changed to JSON, and it just gives you, on this page or this part of the interaction, here's the where they said, here's the what they said. If you want to play with this, if you want to look at Alexa skills and give yourself an echo, you can do this you can kind of program it without having an echo. And here's all the code. Oh, there's my 10-minute timer. Alexa, stop. Okay. Alexa, stop. All right. Next page. Final notes. All right. The service we use to do this is there's the Echo. Alexa. Okay, so Alexa is something in the AWS world, Amazon Web Services. Firebase is something run by Google, and
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Alexa, stop. There is actually a way. There's a mute button. Here we go. No, it won't listen for the trigger word. And then I have a little $5 server running from DigitalOcean, and it's running. It's actually not LAMP because there's no P. It's running Node.js, but it's Apache, and there's no database per se, so it's running off the file system. That's kind of the architecture. I was going to draw a diagram, and then I decided, nah. Next page. It's really, really awful at strange words. So, Alexa, ask Hey Toronto, where is Bay and Adelaide?
Found nothing named B in Adelaide.
And if you actually looked at the page, hang on a second. B in Adelaide. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and I can't get it to recognize Bay. Now, it could be the way I say it, because I have a cold and I'm a noof, and so it doesn't really work out. So, pratfalls is probably better than pitfalls. Next page. Possible uses. This was just me kind of brainstorming about it. There's probably more. I could have come up more than 2 bullet points. But tourism chaos is the one I'm interested in. Because I think it's just fantastic. But once again, it's not good enough. 311 assist is kind of an interesting. There's an idea I had that you would have this kind of listening in on a phone call, and then constantly just displaying information as the person's talking, so the person on the other end of the phone doesn't have to actually enter the data. So it's kind of just listening over the shoulder and kind of giving you potential answers to various questions. And next page, get in touch. This is me, DP Janes, David Janes at davidjanes.com. It says iotb.org there, but davidjanes@davidjanes.com. Online, I've got nothing better to do than talk to people, so I'd love it if you have something interesting to say or whatever. And I'd love it if you use the code. It's out there for everyone. And if you have any questions, questions.